Hey there! In today's video I want to share with you a very nice anecdote and a very beautiful game played in 1992 by two strong grandmasters that, well, it was a brilliant game. They played a brilliant game. I'm talking about Boris Gelfand and Artur Yusupov, but they were represented by the organizer of Linares, the famous Rentero. I'll show you why they were represented. So without further ado, let's jump right into the game. Gelfand plays with white, and the game starts with d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, d5, knight c3, and bishop e7. We get to the Orthodox Defense. As I have mentioned more than once, I have a course, the Orthodox, a Chessable course. And well, if you haven't checked it out, please consider giving it a look. So after bishop f4, this is the Harwitz variation, he played castle e3 and c5. Yeah, this is the most natural way to react against the Harwitz. In my course, I recommended b6. c5 is the game, and this is a pretty logical move. As the bishop is not on g5, we're attacking d4 and c4 without fearing to leave this one isolated or weakened. So the game continues with d takes e5, bishop takes e5, queen c2. Yeah, white is ready to occupy the d file with the rook. Knight c6, our knight might be happy to land on b4, so a3 is a normal move. And queen a5, yeah, putting pressure on the knight. We're playing knight e4. So the game continues with the very risky, but at that time very fashionable variation, long castle. Castles on opposite side of the board usually bring a very interesting battle. White is putting pressure on d5, but at the same time you can feel that white's king is a little bit open, and having pawn on a3 makes things even worse. Well, the first we have to understand is that taking on a3 lets nowhere. B takes e3, queen takes e3, queen b2, and we get absolutely nothing by sacrificing. So there are better moves. The most usual move is bishop e7 to defend the d5 pawn with the queen. But Yusupov came up with a very different idea, and he played knight e4, a very interesting move. Yeah, he's offering a pawn, and Gelfand didn't accept that pawn. I mean, the pawn he's offering is this one, knight takes e4, d takes e4, queen takes e4, and as you can see, the queen went away from the defense of the king, so now bishop takes a3 is a better move. This may explain why he didn't want to capture, because of bishop takes a3, b takes a3, queen takes a3, and it seems that king b1, queen b3, king c1, queen a3. Yeah, running away through d2 doesn't guarantee anything at all. Rook d8, king e1. Yeah, playing bishop d3 seems simply losing after f5. Now the queen cannot keep the control of d3. So king e1, queen c3. And things are getting difficult for white. Knight d2, e5, bishop g3, g6. This one is coming, knight b4 is coming, and I wouldn't like to be white. Yeah, we have a fierce attack here. So against knight e4, Gelfand played knight b5. A very strong move, by the way. He's landing on c7, he's putting pressure on d5, and things are getting really difficult for black. But Yusupov came up with a cold-blooded a6, attacking the knight, knight c7, then the rook is attacked, d5 is attacked. Just when things seems to be going Gelfand's way, Yusupov came up with e5. Yeah, he's trying to interrupt the action of the bishop in order to capture the knight. So knight takes d5 is the game. What happens if white captures a rook the knight gets stalked after e takes f4, and now it's very clear that we are putting a tremendous pressure on e3. Our bishop is too strong, and this knight is going nowhere. So this is really good for black. So instead of capturing with the knight, capturing with the rook may seem interesting, as the knight now is falling, this one is attacked. This is a completely crazy position. It's incredible. Rook takes d5, and the game may continue with e takes f4, queen takes e4, queen takes c7. Yeah, this is the main line. Probably this would have been white's best move. Rook takes c5, f takes e3. This is pretty forced. Bishop d3, g6, queen takes e3, and now b6, rook g5, and knight a5. And this is close to equal, but of course it's pretty complicated still. The c pawn is hanging. I guess the bishop is coming here, and the rook may come to c8, and the other rook to d8. And sometimes this rook, rather than being an attacking piece, is a piece that is bad placed. So this has been really interesting and double-edged. I mean, white can end up getting into trouble easily. It's normal to continue with knight takes d5, and things are getting difficult again. Now black is under pressure. This knight is attacked. So I mean, e takes f4, queen takes e4, and this knight seems really strong. And we have to understand that black's king is a little bit, he's got no defender, so knight g5 is in the way. So rather than playing this way, Yusupov came up with this fantastic move. Knight takes f2. The idea, of course, is to gain a pawn and to weaken white's position. After queen takes f2, e takes f4, black's position improved a lot, and yeah, the bishop is coming. This one is putting pressure on e3. So knight takes f2 is, seems a fantastic move. But just now, when everything seems to be in order for black, Gelfand played knight g5, threatening mates. And again, Yusupov has to play in a very accurate way to avoid trouble. And well, this is a really tough one. He played bishop f5. Yeah, again, sacrificing pieces, making not expected moves all the time. He is bringing a lot of tactical resources. And yeah, this one is difficult to understand. Yeah, first of all, after queen takes f5, the threat is the same, but now g6 helps a lot. Even when it weakens f6, it's really difficult to take the queen to a place in which it collaborates with the attack. So I mean, where to take the queen? Queen c2 is not an active one, and I mean, knight takes h1, and the bishop is attacked and cannot go anywhere because precisely the knight covers g3. So bringing the queen to f6 makes no difference. Yeah, it may make a difference if we capture the rook, knight takes d1, perhaps bishop takes e5, knight takes e5, queen takes e5, and the knights are ready to give our king a lot of headaches. But rather than capturing, because the rooks are going nowhere, the rooks are attacked and full stop, e takes f4, and now the next move is going to be the capture of one of those rooks, and black has a huge material advantage, and yeah, is winning. After bishop f5, the game continued with queen takes f2, e takes f4, and queen takes f4. Yeah, and well, white's active knights are really menacing, but at the same time, the king is a little bit exposed, so it's no surprise that sometimes we'll have some attack against white's king. And well, now it's time to decide. Bishop g6, I think, is the simplest move. Bishop d3 would come, trying to eliminate this powerful defensive piece. But Yusupov came up with knight e7. He's always trying to make the most precise move, the most out of it. And after knight takes e7, bishop takes e7, things are becoming really clear. He's threatening bishop takes e3. And rook d5 came, attacking the queen, attacking the bishop. And after queen e1, rook d1, queen a5, rook d5, the game ended in a draw. And that was the reason why Rentero came up with a fine. Luis Rentero, the famous organizer of Linares, the Wimbledon of chess, a very famous tournament that unfortunately is not being played any longer. He established financial penalties for those who drew their games before the move 30. That was the idea. He fined 10% of their appearance fee and 10% of any prize money won. So that was a real attempt to make chess more entertaining for the public. That was Luis Rentero, a great organizer, very famous among chess players. Yeah, they were fined for drawing in this quick way, 21 moves, and they weren't allowed to make quick draws. And yeah, to the organizer, it is his smell a rat, I guess, that he thought, even when it's a very beautiful variation, they may have agreed to draw before. This wouldn't be a right thing to do, and you can suspect, but you can never prove that this is what happened. I guess there was a piece of preparation, and well, it was a very fashionable line back then, and Yusupov just played his preparation, and yeah, Gelfand couldn't escape the preparation. There were ways to keep the game going, especially here in move 16. Bishop g6, I guess, is a very nice way to continue the game. And well, the engine says 0-0 equals. So the beautiful preparation. I have to tell you that I don't suspect that they didn't agree to a draw beforehand. And yeah, something that is proven with this game is that the Orthodox is a fully fledged defense that not only is a solid defense, but you can also come with very sharp lines, yeah, both with white or as black. So that's the reason why I think the Orthodox is one of the best defenses against 1d4, but okay, this is something that is a matter of taste. So thank you for your attention, and I hope you find this one interesting. And well, see you next time. Goodbye.